It started with the smell of smoke. Not the kind that comes from a cozy bonfire on a chilly night. This one was sharp, bitter, and wrong. I ran out from my farmhouse, my heart pounding in my chest, and froze. The horizon glowed orange. My cornfield, 50 acres of it, was on fire. Flames leapt high, roaring like they were alive, devouring months of sweat, money, and backbreaking labor. I stood there in disbelief, my boots sinking into the wet dirt as the fire danced across the field I had planted with my own hands. My whole year was burning down before my eyes. And behind it all, I could hear her voice. Karen, HOA President, the self-proclaimed guardian of community standards, who had decided that my family's farmland didn't fit the aesthetic of her carefully manicured neighborhood. She lived 2 lots down from my property, a modern suburban home with a white picket fence and a yard so obsessively trimmed it looked artificial. When I moved in, she made it her mission to make my life miserable. Cornfields bring bugs, dust, and lower property values, she told me at the first HOA meeting I attended. This isn't a farm town, Mr. Lawson, it's a community. I told her politely that I'd bought the land legally, that my property was outside the HOA's jurisdiction. But she just smirked and said, "We'll see about that." I didn't think much of it then. I figured she was just another power-hungry busybody trying to control everyone around her. But I was wrong. Dead wrong. Over the next few months, small things started happening. Someone cut my irrigation lines. My mailbox was smashed, twice. A "for sale" sign appeared in my front yard one morning with the words, "Farm closing soon," spray painted in red. Every time, she had an alibi. When I confronted her, she'd smile that cold, smug smile. Maybe it's a sign from the universe that you should plant something prettier next season. But the night she torched my field, that was different. That was war. I didn't catch her in the act, but the evidence was clear. The fire department confirmed multiple ignition points, meaning it wasn't an accident. And the security cameras I'd installed at the edge of the property. They caught her car, her distinctive silver Lexus, driving by minutes before the flames erupted. When the sheriff's deputy came out to file a report, he sighed. "You sure you want to pursue this, Mr. Lawson? HOA folks are tricky. They've got lawyers." I just nodded. "I've got something better," I said quietly. Because what Karen didn't know was that my entire crop was insured. $2 million. You see, I wasn't just some hobby farmer. My land wasn't just a passion project, it was part of a supply contract with a major food distributor. I'd invested heavily, but I'd also learned from others' misfortunes. Fire insurance, crop insurance, liability coverage, all in place. The premiums had been steep, but now they were about to pay off in ways Karen couldn't imagine. Within a week, investigators confirmed arson. The insurance company moved fast. Adjusters came, took photos, interviewed witnesses, and collected samples. When they tallied up the claim, the payout was staggering, $2,047,000. But here's where it gets good. Insurance claims of that size automatically trigger state fire marshal involvement. And when the fire marshal reviewed the footage of Karen's Lexus, things escalated fast. They found accelerant traces along the tire tracks near my property line. Then they found the same accelerant, gasoline mixed with lighter fluid, in Karen's garage. Within days, she was arrested. I'll never forget seeing the sheriff's car outside her house, red and blue lights flashing as she stood there in handcuffs, still wearing her pearl necklace and pastel sweater. She screamed that it was a mistake, that she was being framed by a farmer. The entire neighborhood gathered on their lawns, watching as their queen bee was hauled away. Some of them looked shocked. Others looked relieved. But the best part, when the insurance money came through, I didn't just rebuild. I expanded. The payout covered not only the cost of replanting but also allowed me to upgrade my entire operation, irrigation systems, equipment, even a new silo. And because of the investigation, the HOA's reputation took a massive hit. Property values in the neighborhood dropped, not because of my cornfield, but because of their president's felony arson charge. I could have stopped there, but revenge deserved a little more poetry. So I used a portion of the insurance payout to buy the abandoned lot directly across from Karen's property. It had been for sale for years, too large and too rural for most buyers. I turned it into a local farmers market, open every weekend, drawing crowds from nearby towns. The kicker, the market was named Karen's Field. It had a giant wooden sign with her name etched into it, in memory of the one who tried to burn it all down. Legally, She couldn't do a thing about it. Her lawyer tried, but the name wasn't trademarked, and the land was mine. When she eventually got out on bail, she had to drive past that sign every day. The look on her face when she saw it for the first time was priceless, pale, trembling fury. Of course, she tried to sue me for defamation. The court laughed her out of the room. Months later, she moved away, her house sold at a loss. No HOA could save her reputation now. Her mugshot had gone viral, and local news outlets dubbed her the Cornfield arsonist. As for me, my farm thrived. The following harvest was the best I'd ever had. The soil, scorched and turned over by the fire, was richer than before, almost poetic, really. Out of the ashes of her hate, something stronger grew. I didn't need to gloat. I didn't need to confront her again. My success was loud enough. Every time I saw the sun rise over those golden fields, I remembered that night, the flames, the smoke, the heartbreak. And I smiled, because in the end, the fire didn't destroy me. It built me. And Karen, she learned that some people plant seeds. Others light matches, but only one of them reaps the harvest.